Welcome back. I'm Brandon, the HBAR Bull. I do some work for the HBAR Foundation, but today is all about one of my favorite guests, Cylton Collymore, who's the CEO of Zimbali Networks. Cylton, thank you so much for swinging by.
Thank you, Brandon. Always glad to be here with the Hedera Forum and you in particular.
Yeah, it's always great to have you. So, I know we did a short interview where we covered some of this, but could you just run us through your background and tell us what Zimbali is?
Yeah. So Zimbali is a financial services platform that's built primarily on Hedera, on the hash graph framework. And what we want to do is we want to expand the capability and viability of financial access to virtually everyone in the world. We know that right now there's a certain portion of the world that's considered uneconomic for bank institutions to encourage people to participate. We know that the cost of providing platform access is high and that you have to be, fairly wealthy to make it worth their while. With Zimbali, we've created a platform in several different iterations that lowers that cost of participation, access, and the provision of services so that there is no one that is uneconomic to provide financial services to. We began in 2017 looking at solutions for delivering this type of thing to the world. And in 2019, we decided to form a company and actually move forward because Hedera was live. We were able to check out its capabilities, and we know it's the best platform for us to provide these services for.
Yeah, makes perfect sense. That's one of the big promises that crypto holds is unlocking the economic potential of literally billions around the world. So we certainly appreciate what you're doing. But on to one of the focuses we wanted to have today. Can you explain what Oro is?
Yes. So Oro DAO is our new project. Zimbali is our corporate name, but we call ourselves Zimbali Networks because there are different areas of financial life. So we know that there's lending, there's investments, there's payments. And so Oro is our investment platform. And what we focus on is not so much the traditional institutional investor-led investment capabilities like, the larger banks or the larger hedge funds. What we focus on is community lending and allowing individuals and groups of individuals to come together collaboratively, fund a community instance, what we call a group bank, and then determine what the rules of that group bank are going to be in terms of membership, repayment, and distribution. And by using things such as the Hedera consensus service and the smart contract service in Hedera 2.0, which allows 18 times the capability that you would find in other competing platforms like the Ethereum virtual machine, we're able to deliver these services transparently to individuals and groups of communities around the world. It's really phenomenal what we're trying to do here with Oro.
So, I mean, it sounds like it would be a perfect fit for some of the things that are being built in the Hedera ecosystem. Is that someplace where you'd see this possibly being used?
Yes. We know that there is a groundswell in a lot of different areas, whether it's gaming, NFTs, even payments, CBDCs, and so on and so forth. But in reality, what individuals want is, pretty simple. They want to buy and sell. They want to send money and receive money, but they also want to be able to invest and exchange or donate with communities of interest and projects of interest that they may have. Every one of us has a community that we participate in. Some are gamers, some are political, some are math people, some just have a cultural affiliation. And each one of those communities needs financial support and a pollinator, hence the butterfly, to lead in terms of providing that type of financial support that allows that community to grow and flourish. Oro is a mechanism that takes away all of the red tape, confusion, legal mumbo jumbo, You jump onto our Just Pay Me platform by downloading the app. And when you sign up, you have the option of starting up your own group bank. And then you can invite members in. You create a proposal to say, here is what our group bank is designed to do. Maybe it's designed to help Ukrainian refugees or Indonesians who are fleeing from volcanic activity, whatever it is. But you invite members to participate, you invite them to fund, and then you have this clear, transparent thread that all of the members and also others that you invite into your platform have about the collection, the proposal and agreement, and then the distribution of those funds. You don't get that from other public platforms like a Kiva or a GoFundMe or some of these other mechanisms. And so for us, providing that transparency, safety, and security to deliver funds into a community was priority number one. And we decided to put that together as Oro.
All right. So, we know there's been all kinds of stuff going on in crypto lending. It's a brand new space. How exactly is Oro capitalized, and what protections do lenders have?
Yeah. So what we decided to do was we decided to ensure that it was one, community-led and community-driven. So while we use a back-end provider for doing things like compliance, regulatory cover, ensuring that we have adequate trust capabilities so that individuals can fund their accounts with fiat, as well as with sort of the normalized crypto, because not everyone has crypto, right? And not everyone has a lot of fiat. We wanted to make sure that we had the broadest available capability to ingest whatever resources or assets individuals had to contribute to the platform. And then because we have these custodial agents that are vetted by the United States, they're authorized to hold both crypto and fiat. We have all the protections that are necessary in our platform to guarantee that your money doesn't disappear, it doesn't go anywhere, and that as an investable asset, if you put $100 in, $100 is going to sit there. That's what you have. And then on top of that, because we have this smart contract service, the smart contract only delivers resources to whitelisted participants and recipients that have been agreed to by the members. So you can trace the entire history of a distribution back to your investment and to your vote for that distribution. We think that's the strongest social capital that can be involved in a financial play, where you have both a preview of what's going to happen through an agreement of the proposal, and then you can also review and say, I agreed to this on this date for that amount to this particular recipient. And we think that that's that's pretty groundbreaking, because a lot of platforms are a black hole. You put it in, there's some algorithm, mumbo jumbo, black box, and then it produces something and you hope that it's good.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. Of course, there's risk with any kind of lending, but this sounds like there's a fair amount of controls around it. So
Absolutely.
there's others in the space that are also using Hedera to rethink how we think about the loan industry. Why do you think there's a draw to use Hedera in this loan industry?
So visibility is something that is key. A lot of people don't trust institutions, in particular financial institutions. And I mean, and there's definitely a risk. There's an agency risk, because the person that you trust with your finances can actually do anything they want with your finances, but there's supposed to be a certain level of ethics that are involved that allow you to trust them. And so you look at their reputation and you say, okay, I'm going to put it with Brandon's bank and maybe not Cylton's bank. But if you have your own bank, there's an inherent trust. And if you invite people to participate in your bank, then there's this extended trust that you all will have your best interest at heart. Now, that doesn't always exist in that way, right? It doesn't always, not everyone is as trustworthy as you first thought. which is why having this visibility and transparency component, and then the voting component as endemic to the platform. You don't have to go out and seek pieces like in the Ethereum ecosystem. You don't have to try to figure out, well, this piece works with that, and right, and I can build on this. It's all inbuilt into the very fabric of Hedera. So it's easy, it's transparent, it's cost effective. When we work with the HBAR Foundation, they're able to fund our contract with HBAR directly through the HBAR platform. And, you're talking about, 6 figures and other organizations of 7 figures, transferring that amount of money through any other mechanism, like a wire mechanism, is expensive to the point of being almost prohibitive. With Hedera, it happens in 3 seconds. You can verify the originating address and the receiving address. And then there's a state proof record of all the transactions that happen into and out of your wallet. And it's fast. And it only costs a certain amount of money. Now, I've heard that it costs roughly about 90 cents to send $1 million on Hedera. That's incredible, because to send $500 on Western Union is 15 bucks. So it's a watershed moment for the industry, from a trusted resource that delivers what people are really looking for: security, scalability, and safety in a single platform at the touch of a button. And that's what we're here to deliver, both for the Hedera ecosystem and for our clients.
Understood. So you talked about some ways this can be used for philanthropic things, and then there's also ways you can use it for, venture capital kind of stuff, like, gaming or metaverse or NFTs or things along those lines. Is it very clear where the funds are going to be directed? Your personal funds are going to be directed, or is it kind of just, an overall we're investing in all these different things? How does that work?
Yeah, so right now, what we're doing is we're starting off with the small community bases. You're talking about little league teams, churches, small community investment funds. And the reason why we look at those type of entities is because literally they have very few resources or sources that they can use to do these type of transfers and collaborative activities. People will call each other on the phone or send each other texts or WhatsApps or whatever in order to coordinate the people who want to participate. If you come inside of Oro, we have both an individual and a group messaging function. Inside of Oro, when you sign up, you get to choose whether or not you just maintain your independent wallet so that you can just send money or receive money to an individual, or you can establish this group bank and invite other members to participate. And then you all make determinations about what happens with the group bank wallet versus your own independent wallet. And you can have your independent wallet and participate in as many group wallets as you'd like. So you're building community and you're supporting it, but you and your resources are never at risk through the Hedera platform. And we think that that's the way that people want to go. They don't want red tape. They want it to be viable, visible, transparent, safe, secure, but also easy. I always state when I talk to our tech team that we should use the elevator principle. An elevator is a very, very complex machine, but all the user cares about is it there when I need it? And does it work? And all I have to do is press one button. It does what it's supposed to do, and then I get off. That's the way that your financial life should also be. You should come into the platform, sign up for Just Pay Me, decide whether or not you have some Oro DAO business to do today. You go and either check in on your group bank or put money into your group bank, and then the group bank does the rest. The Oro does the rest. And you can trust that and verify it at every step. This is something that the communities need, particularly those that are small. And as we talk to larger and larger institutions that are interested in transforming things like the wire services industry, where you're distributing mortgages or large loans. You're talking about, these wholesale multi-$100,000 transactions. They're going head over heels over what's possible with this. And so we're very excited to partner and talk to everyone along the spectrum.
That's fascinating stuff. So, where is Oro as far as its development? Can people get involved now? And if so, where do they get involved?
Yes. So right now we are still in building stage, but we are past the design stage. So that's very encouraging. We leverage on the things that we've designed so far through the Just Pay Me platform. And so the way that you can participate is join our beta. Go to oro.fund, Oro Fund, oro.fund. If you go there today, sign up for the beta test and tell people about it, have them sign up. We're going to send you back an email encouraging you and telling you we are ready to work with you to help you and your community build your financial future together with us. And over the next coming weeks and months, we plan to launch in October timeframe. We're going to be providing incentives and prizes and participation to follow through on this beta activity so that when we launch, you understand and trust that we have your best interests at heart. You've seen the growth of the platform, and maybe you've provided some insight to us as to how we can build a better platform for you.
Exciting stuff. I want to shift gears here a little bit. I'm
Yeah.
excited about Oro, but I did hear something about you individually that I wanted to get into.
Oh,
I
no.
heard I heard that you were a Hedera ambassador and you were number
Yes.
38. When
Yes.
would number 38 have come on board, and how was your experience with that?
Yes. So that's really exciting. This is like OG history.
Yeah.
So way back in the day in 2018, when Hedera launched in New York City after the New York City reveal,
Hmm.
and I believe it was April
Yeah,
2018.
March or April. It was early. Yeah.
Yeah, it was March, April, right? I went there. I met Mance, I met Lehman, but they don't know who I am. Like they're just like they're superstars. But I did meet with Kyle Armour, and
Hmm.
Kyle Armour was one of the original. He ran the original ambassador program.
Yeah. Now with Immutable Holdings. Yep.
Now with
With
Immutable
Jordan.
Holdings and Jordan Free. That's right. That's right. Down in Puerto Rico of all places.
Hmm.
So they're doing great work. And I'm really proud of what they were able to do for the ecosystem during their time. But I spent a lot of time talking with Kyle. And when they set up the ambassador program, I signed up immediately. And remember, I had only found out about the Hedera protocol in the fall of 2017.
Hmm.
So to go from reading a white paper, there's no app, there was nothing, to being an ambassador within 6 months
Yeah.
says a lot about, how impressive the hash graph protocol really is. But even more is the people behind it. A lot of projects, you don't really get to see a real person.
Hmm.
You don't get to see a real community. There aren't real activities. You can't be involved. And Hedera allowed me to be involved from the very beginning so that I understood what I was getting into. I understood what they were building and why, and how it could impact my own dreams. So when I signed up, I was given ambassador number 38 in the world. And I wear that as a badge of honor. There's no more ambassador program.
No.
And there were lots of great people that were a part of that program. But I was proud to be a part of that during that time. And again, shout out to Jordan and to Kyle.
Yeah, yeah. I was actually an ambassador as well. I came a little bit after you. I think I was in August of 2018 or September. And I started to do meetups in Philadelphia with Andrew Antar of Tune
Ah,
FM. We had a blast down there. We'd get pizza, we'd get beer, all that kind of stuff, and people would
the
come
Tune
out.
FM guys are awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a blast. It was a lot of fun, and a lot of those people are still in the ecosystem and have moved from just educating to actually building, like yourself, and I'm doing some stuff behind the scenes as well. So it's been a fun road, that's for sure.
I'm so excited to learn about, what you're building and to see it. And again, the folks at Zimbali are about community. We do this for the people, not for ourselves. We come from varied backgrounds with varied levels of success, but it all pours into, why do you get the kind of education and work experiences that you have?
Sure.
It's to build something greater for people that you don't know, people that deserve the opportunity to live their best lives in the ways that you can deliver something to them. And for us, it was building a financial platform that they could rely on and build a community around.
Yeah.
And so I'm looking forward to hearing about what you bring to the table too, Brandon. This is
Coming
great.
soon. Coming soon.
But thank you for the Hedera Forum. I think that what you're doing here gives individuals like us with a keen idea about what's possible, what's next, and what's necessary, the forum to talk with the people about what we're trying to do and get feedback. And so I appreciate all the work you and your team have done in shedding light on what Zimbali is bringing to the world.
Well, it's absolutely my pleasure. I can't say how much fun I have talking to people like you that are building on the Hedera network and really making this ecosystem a destination for entrepreneurs throughout the world. So, Cylton, as always, this has been an absolute blast. I really enjoy hearing what you're working on. Is there anything else you'd like to pass on to the community before we let you go?
So one big thing is, you guys enjoy your holidays. I know life has been really stressful, and we talk about building things and like being an entrepreneur and doing all these things, but take time out to enjoy your life. No matter what you're building it for people. So don't ever forget the people portion of it. It may be a great idea, but if it doesn't help people or elevate people, right, you might want to like rethink about why you're doing this. And one of the great things about the Hedera community is while we talk tech on the left hand, we always talk people on the right hand, right? Because that's why we're here. So I encourage everyone to find out what people want, what people need, and use that as your guiding star. Enjoy your holidays, enjoy your weekends, and enjoy your families, and take care of the folks around you. From Zimbali.
Cylton, again, thank you so much. Those were some wise words. And likewise, have a good holiday.
I will. Take care, Brandon.